hold on, what did Kirk do this time? How did Mendeecees flip the grip so quickly and hit him with the whole lawsuit? Baby, the receipts that are about to drop are scalding lava. Remember how Kirk has been acting funny lately? The drama has reached a whole new level, and Mendeecees isn't playing games. After Kirk's secret attack, and by attack I mean some next-level backstabbing career-ending mess, we have a full-blown legal war popping off. This could be the last nail in the coffin. Behind M's back, it appears that M's has had enough, and now the heat is on. Is this about Yandy, some old unresolved business, or did Kirk just play the wrong hand at the wrong time? Don't even get ahead of yourself. We've got all the messy details and the behind-the-scenes drama. And trust me, you're going to be shaken by the end of this video because we're going to expose it all. If you thought the drama between M's Harris and Kirk Frost was over, you're completely wrong. This story is going to get even more bizarre because there are rumors that Mendeecees has officially filed a lawsuit against Kirk. All the indications of a big conspiracy brewing underneath, which means that what we believe to be true is much messier and deeper than that. And listen, it's not just about M's filing a case. The real question is what Kirk Frost did that escalated the situation to this point. This isn't just a small-scale dispute. It seems like a strategic attack because as long as M remained silent, Kirk had no concerns. But as soon as Mendeecees took legal action, all these hidden secrets began to surface. Did you notice that Yandy Smith hasn't said a word about the whole situation? I mean, she used to always jump into defending Mendeecees, but this time silence. So does this. The whole mess began because of a covered agenda that Kirk Frost was allegedly running against me. First, Kirk's secret affair with Jasmine Blue came out, exposing much more than just his cheating on Rashida Frost. This time, the drama spread all the way to Mendeecees and his family. Then, all of a sudden, a private meeting between Kirk and Mendeecees leaked, in which Kirk is seen discussing something shady. Does this mean she doesn't support the case, or is she aware that if she speaks up, some of her own secrets might be revealed? Happened in a public place, but someone from the inside recorded it and gave it to the media. Everyone was shocked when they heard what was said in that conversation, and Mendeecees told Kirk straight out that if he didn't stop his shady moves, he would take him to court. But guess what? Kirk Frost didn't back down. Instead, he threatened Mendeecees. You see the pattern here. This man is so busy trying to ruin other people's careers that he now freaks out when the tables are turned against him. He has served time in prison, so he knows exactly how to defend himself when someone tries to mess with him. The real twist is that this lawsuit isn't just a simple defamation case. It's a criminal complaint that aims to prove that Kirk Frost didn't just cheat, but actually planned an attack against Mendeecees. The biggest question is what kind of attack we're talking about, though, as sources claim that Kirk Frost was covertly meddling in M's business affairs, approaching M's clients and connections behind his back, giving them false information, and even leaking private business documents through an unidentified source. Wasn't just a personal feud, it was a well-planned takeover mission that Kirk had been pursuing in secret. When Mendeecees discovered the truth, he decided that the only choice left was to take legal action. Now consider this. If this had been a simple argument, Mendeecees wouldn't be this far along. But when someone taints your personal life and business reputation, it becomes more than just a beef, it's war. Trust me, this isn't just about business, it's a power struggle. Kirk Frost and Mendeecees are both major players in their respective industries, and the only ways to defeat each other are through legal actions and covert tactics. There's more to this story, and now that the case has been filed, Kirk Frost will just sit back and accept it. This raises the next big question. Will Kirk fight this case legally, or is he already planning another covert move behind the scenes? The biggest question is why isn't Yandy Smith speaking up because, let's face it, ever since the news of M's lawsuit broke, she has been completely absent from the conversation. Does that mean she already knew this was going to happen, or worse, is she actually siding with Kirk Frost? If so, what does that mean for M's case? Since Kirk had no chance in this battle as long as he and Mendeecees were a team, the real question is what is Mendeecees' next course of action? The legal war is just getting started, so the real battle is yet to come. What will Kirk Frost do next? Where does Yandy stand in all of this? And most importantly, if Mies wins this case, what does he actually get out of it? We'll go into legal loopholes, media coverage, and how the industry is responding to this crazy situation. So stay tuned because this drama is about to get even more bizarre. Kirk Frost isn't the type to just sit back and take a loss without fighting back. And guess what? He's already taking steps behind the scenes to turn this case in his favor. This isn't just any lawsuit, though. It's a full-fledged battle of power, influence, and secrets. And when you're dealing with someone like Kirk Frost, you can be sure that he's already using every tactic in the book to get out of this mess. But here's the twist. Sources are now claiming that Kirk isn't just defending himself. He's actually trying to turn the tables on Mendeecees. That's why Harris has officially taken Kirk Frost to court. You read correctly. Rather than simply battling the lawsuit, Kirk is allegedly preparing to file a countersuit against Mies. What is the basis of this countersuit? Well, it appears that Kirk's legal team is going to argue that Mies is fabricating the entire case in order to damage Kirk's reputation. They are attempting to change the story so that it appears that Mies is simply envious of Kirk's success and seeking retribution. Now, let's take a moment to consider what Kirk's success is. The last time we looked, Kirk was out here cheating on his wife, losing business deals, and frantically trying to improve his public image. Wants to act like he's the victim, which makes sense, but wait. It gets worse because Kirk isn't just using legal arguments to manipulate the situation behind the scenes. And guess who's helping him? His wife, Rashida Frost. Let's face it, Rashida has supported Kirk through all of the scandals, cheating, and shady business practices, and now she's allegedly attempting to use her own connections to shield Kirk from this lawsuit. Rumor has it that Rashida is calling certain prominent figures in the industry in an attempt to prevent the media from covering this lawsuit, and it appears that she is attempting to control the narrative by contacting blogs, entertainment news websites, and even some legal experts. This isn't just conjecture, though, as you would think that every major blog would be buzzing about it as soon as Mendeecees filed the lawsuit. But strangely, a lot of platforms have been suspiciously quiet. What's actually happening here is that Kirk and Rashida are doing everything they can to prevent this case from going viral. And they are doing so because they know that if too many people begin to uncover more secrets, going to be revealed. And let's take a moment to discuss these secrets. You may recall how Kirk was secretly meeting with M's business contacts and disclosing private information, but it turns out that was only the beginning. According to sources, Kirk may have been involved in even more shady business dealings behind M's back. There are rumors that Kirk Frost was allegedly using M's name to secure business deals for himself, which means he was out there feigning to be connected to Mies in order to close deals, then taking the money. If this is the case, it's not just business betrayal, it's outright fraud. Remember how Kirk Frost was caught mismanaging Rashida's money and allegedly using their joint accounts for his own personal expenses? This man has been acting shaddily for years, so now that Mies is pursuing legal action, Kirk is terrified that if investigators dig too deep, they might uncover more information that could put him in serious trouble. But wait, there's more. Yandy Smith has remained silent about the entire situation, and it's beginning to look suspicious because Yandy is usually at the center of any drama involving Mies. There are two main possibilities. Either Yandy doesn't actually support the lawsuit and she secretly thinks Mies is making a mistake, or she thinks that fighting Kirk legally will only make things worse and she doesn't want to be dragged into the mess. Alternatively, she may be keeping quiet because she has her own secrets to protect, or she may be aware that if people start looking into this case, some dirt on her could surface. Normally, she uses social media to clap back at people and let people know that she supports her man. Out too, and let's not forget that Yandy has engaged in some dubious business practices herself. Recall the entire incident where she was accused of fabricating her marriage to Mies for TV purposes, which didn't exactly make her appear trustworthy. Now that Kirk and I are at war, Perhaps Andy is merely attempting to avoid conflict because, let's face it, if she chooses the wrong side, her entire public image could collapse. However, the real question is what will happen next because if Kirk is truly planning to count us some Mendeecees, this case could drag on for years, and Kirk has influential industry friends who might try to help him get out of this mess. So will Mies be able to win this battle, or will Kirk evade the consequences by manipulating the system? Additionally, if this case goes to trial, what kind of evidence will be revealed? Because, let's face it, both of these men have secrets they don't want the world to know. The real war hasn't even begun yet, so we're left with even more questions. Will Kirk actually pursue this countersuit, or is it a bluff? Is Yandy keeping quiet because she has something to conceal? Finally, what will happen if? The real question is who will take the next step? Will Kirk go full villain and try to destroy Mies in court, or will Mies reveal more secrets that could bring Kirk down permanently? Trust me, this drama is far from over, and in part 3 we'll break down how this legal battle is already shaking up the industry who's covertly taking sides. And if Mies wins this case, Kirk's entire career could be over. No more business deals, no more industry connections, no more love and hip-hop storylines to keep him relevant to be relevant. What kind of repercussions Kirk Frost might actually face if this case doesn't work out? So stay tuned because things are going to get even more bizarre. Now that Kirk Frost is attempting to countersue Mendeecees Harris, things are going to take a crazy turn because, let's face it, Kirk is fighting for his life right now, and he knows that this lawsuit could be the last nail in his career's coffin. Nevertheless, he isn't backing down either. Kirk believed that this would be a simple case where he could simply use his industry connections to quietly end things, but what he didn't anticipate was, remember when we discussed how Kirk allegedly stole M's business contacts and made backdoor deals? Well, it appears that Mendeecees has proof. Sources are now saying that M's legal team has obtained emails, texts, and even phone call recordings that show Kirk was lying to investors and claiming he was handling business from Mendeecees, transferring money from deals into his own accounts in secret, promising business deals in M's name, and then disappearing with the cash. If this is true, Kirk isn't just looking at a civil lawsuit. It could become a full-blown criminal case because, let's face it, this isn't just a business dispute. This is fraud, embezzlement, and deception on a whole new level. If the appropriate authorities get involved, Kirk may face serious repercussions. But wait, it gets worse. As all of this drama is unfolding, everyone is staring at Rashid like, girl, what do you know? Because Kirk has been involved in a lot of shady deals over the years, and somehow, Rashida always plays innocent, acting as though she has no idea what's going on behind the scenes. M's legal team is allegedly requesting financial records from Kirk and Rashida, and that's when things get really messy because if Rashida's name appears anywhere on those accounts, or if she benefited from any of Kirk's shady dealings, she could also face legal issues. Not to mention that Rashida is already working to silence the media and shield Kirk from the lawsuit. So why is she making such a concerted effort to shut things down? Is it because she wants to shield Kirk from the lawsuit, or is it because she wants to protect her husband? As the entire hip-hop industry watches Kirk and the Mendeecees fight this legal battle, rumors are circulating that some love and hip-hop stars are secretly siding with the Mendeecees because they've been waiting for Kirk to be exposed. Some of the names involved may surprise you, but Lil Scrappy is reportedly avoiding Kirk because he doesn't want to be dragged into this mess. Chaotic was allegedly overheard saying that Kirk brought this on himself. Yandy Smith's silence is raising doubts about her loyalty to Mendeecees academics, and other bloggers are beginning to take notice, which indicates that the story is becoming more public. However, guess who is still standing by Kirk? Stevie J, the king of shady business dealings and messy relationships, is reportedly one of the few people still standing by Kirk. And let's face it, that doesn't make Kirk look any better. So the big question is, what does it mean for Kirk if Mendeecees wins this case? Well, if the lawsuit goes in M's favor, Kirk might have to pay a sizable settlement. We're talking millions of dollars in damages. M's legal team is claiming that Kirk's actions resulted in significant financial losses, but that's not even the worst part. If authorities find that Kirk committed fraud, embezzlement, or other financial crimes, he may be charged with a crime. Let's face it, if Kirk is arrested for this, his career is over. No more hip-hop, love, business partnerships, or industry influence. If Kirk is found guilty, what will happen to Rashida? If Rashida was involved in any way, her entire Boss Chick brand is built on being successful and independent. So if it turns out that she was concealing Kirk's shady deal, her businesses could also suffer. This is where things get really crazy, because if Kirk starts to lose this case, guess what he's probably going to do? He's going to start snitching. Yes, if Kirk realizes that he's going down, he might start exposing other industry figures who have been involved in similar shady deals. Let's face it, Kirk isn't the only one who has been making backdoor business moves. There are plenty of other reality TV stars, hip-hop managers, and industry insiders who have done similar things. If Kirk becomes desperate, he might start putting other people under the bus to save himself. And believe me, some big names could be exposed if that happens right now. Eyes are on the next court hearing, because that's when we'll find out if Kirk's countersuit is even legitimate. If the judge dismisses Kirk's case, then I'll have a clear chance to win. But if Kirk fights back, this case could drag on for months or even years, and the longer it goes on, the more secrets will surface. The big questions we're waiting to see answered are, will Kirk face criminal charges, or will he escape with only a financial loss? Will Rashida's name come up in this mess? And if so, what will that mean for her brand? Is she really keeping quiet, or is she working behind the scenes to protect herself? And above all, if Kirk becomes desperate, who else will he expose? Believe me, this case is far from over, and the fallout will forever change the industry. Believe me, more shocking details are about to be revealed. Do you think Kirk can actually get out of this mess? Or is this the end for him and Rashida? If he starts snitching, who do you think he will expose first? Please share your thoughts in the comment section. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next update. The drama is far from over.